What's up, guys? Professor Depuke back in action. Same professor, different lab setup. What do we got here? Take a look around the lab. We got some OG 90s, 2000s VHS tapes. We got some tins. We got some booster packs. We got some decks. We got all the boxes you could ever dream of, the binders back in the day. We're ready. It's a brand new lab setup and we're gonna kill it. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. I only made it through the process.
And that, folks, is a
collection. Day one, we're kicking off right now. How do you figure out what's the best practices for your collection? Maybe you've had it at home for 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, 2 months. You're trying to figure out, I got these cards, what do I do with them? How do I know how much they're worth? How do I organize them? How do I keep them safe? How do I just look at them and be like, mwah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, that's what we're doing here today. Those first two steps, organizing and evaluating. How do we figure those out? You watch this video. I'll show you how to use Collector app to be able to see how much your cards are worth. So follow, let's do this thing. Okay, so what you see here, this is the most traditional way, the most thorough way to organize your cards. What you're gonna do here, you can see the bottom right. I don't think that you can see it right here, but I'll pull them out for you. You can see, where's my camera? Right over here. In this bottom right area, you'll see that it says 1 out of 102, okay? Each one of these cards is a part of a series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to, this is base set out of 102, okay? So we skip through here. Obviously we see some second edition, but we're filling in the holes here until we get the tried and true, the fully pure master set going of base set. And then we switch in here to jungle, same thing applies. So you're going numerically as a card has released per set. These are the OGs. It goes the 1, the 2, the 3, all the way up through. There's a certain number of how many cards are produced or put out for each set. And that's the specific numerical order, okay? So that's what we're looking at as far as the first one. That is by set number. The second, however, the way that I've been doing things, okay, so this is my my rare cards here that aren't anything above just rare. All right, so there's double rare, there's specifically, secret illustration, there's EXs, there's GXs. We talked about that before. But how I organize these here is through both the type that they have. So we see here, this is my colorless energy. And then after I've arranged them or filtered them through colorless, I've actually arranged them specifically by date. Okay, so what we see here, this is my Dragonite. You can see, excuse me, my Light Dragonite. You'll see him later on in the video. This is on a 2000 print card, okay? So when I do this, a lot of times value is correlated, not always, but when it comes to just these types of cards here that aren't like the illustration rares or the double rares or whatever, SIRs, the value usually is towards, they lean shaded towards the older cards. So I like to arrange them all the way from the old, all the way up to the more recent ones, and you'll see here, as we flip through, you'll start to see the borders switch a little bit. So we got the silver borders. I think that's after 2003, if I'm correct in that. 2023, excuse me. So that's when you start seeing them change a little bit, okay? And so similarly here, my older cards are bringing up, leading the charge here, and then as you go on, that is, they get a little bit older, but they're all arranged by their type there, okay? So that is the second type. That is number 2 for how we're arranging our cards, all right? The third option, what you can do is if you have a favorite type of Pokemon or if you have a favorite Pokemon just period, I've seen people, collectors, just make full binders of just all the different runs and the different iterations of their favorite Pokemon. So if it's Gyarados is your dude, you're getting Gyarados from base set, you're getting Gyarados from Neo Genesis, you're getting base set from Team Rocket, you fill in the blank, all the way up to modern day. Now, little preview for a video coming up, we'll talk about a hit list, we'll talk about grail searching, that's for a different video. But if that's something that you have a favorite Pokemon, that's another way that you can organize your cards, just only that specific type of Pokemon or that one specific Pokemon. The next one, if you're crazy or just really determined, and either way, you can actually do how this book does things, the Pokemon Super Duper, and you could absolutely go alphabetically. So we got the Charjabug, the Charmander, the Charmeleon, and so forth. And you can go all the way through if you really want to full send it that way, and go all the way from the AAs to the ZZs or the ZYs. I guess the guard is bringing up the end there. But that is an option as well if you really want to go crazy for things and do the fourth option, which is alphabetical. But good luck to you, all the power for that. No worries. Cool. So those are the 4 ways that I know about organization of cards. Again, it is a have it your way at BK kind of situation, because there's literally a million more, I'm sure. So you choose your own adventure as far as that goes. But now what we're going to do is move on to our evaluation. Okay, so valuing how much my cards are worth. When I see a card, how do I know? How do people pick up these magical numbers of how much they want to sell their cards for? We're going to demystify all that confusion. We're going to point you in the right direction, because it's important to know actually how much the market value of each one of your cards is, how much money is going for. So we're going to get into that right now. So we've all been in that situation where either you're at the school playground, or you're at a convention, or you're online, and you're asking yourself, I want to trade for that card, but how much is my card worth? We've all heard the horror stories around the lunch table in elementary school. I'm just voicing my own trauma apparently. But I have this really, really sweet looking card, and my friend who's an older kid convinces me, I'll trade you 100 of these cards for that one card. And I think in my head, as a little 7th grader, that sounds like a brilliant idea actually. Here's my one card for your 100 cards. And I walk home, and to much of my chagrin, actually 20 years later, I remember that, and I think to myself, I totally got ripped off. I don't want you to be ripped off. And what we're gonna do now is dive in to the Collector app, which is one of a million different databases, I guess, really, of finding the price for your cards. There is TCG Player, there is price charting, there is eBay, there is you fill in the blank. If you find another one, comment it below. But what I'm focusing on, what I like to use is Collector. So I'm gonna bring you right into the screen, and we're gonna go for this together. I'll introduce you to Collector. All right, we are live on the screen here. So COLLECTR, that's how you spell Collector. But just make sure you note here, it is getcollector.com. That's where we're going in. My 2 cents, clicking on Explore. All right, you'll see this pulls up a whole dashboard. These are trending cards. These are hot cards currently. We have a mixture of Journey Together. We got some 151. We got eventually Destined Rivals that's coming down the tubes. All the different things that are going off right now. Go ahead up here where it says Professor Depoke. Obviously, this is my profile. This is yours truly. You make your own. Okay, you guys are fully aware of how to make a profile. You don't have to go through that. So once you're done, feel free to pause it, whatever. If you want to come back, that's fine. Once you're done, I want you to maybe grab, 2 cards, or however many you want to do if you want to throw some in. Let's do an example here. Let's go with our Flaming Lizard, the most classic Pokemon here. We got Charizard. Okay, so this is what we're pulling up here. This is when you find a card that you want to look into. If you want to get general, like I said, what we did back here, we just typed in Charizard, right? So it brings you all the different types of the Zards right up here. All right, but if you want to get specific, I'll show you how to get that in a second. So you're looking at your cards. Let's just go to the picture first, illustration. So we see our special illustration rare card here. This is the actual card, just put up on the website. If you want to get a specific card, if you're sifting through, so maybe your card's in your hand right now, you're going to look towards the bottom. Some cards it's on the left, some cards if it's older it's on the right. You're going to look for your specific number. The numerator here, yes, I'm a teacher, so the 199 over 165, that's going to be your specific Charizard number. Okay, so that is unique to this specific Charizard. Chances are there's not going to be any other Charizard with a 199. Okay, so if you just type in Charizard 199, let's test it out actually. Watch this. Charizard 199. Boom. How many of them are there going to be? Oh, JK. Okay, 1999. That's why it's got there. Okay, whatever. Nonetheless, this is what you're seeing here. So you get that specific number, and that'll bring you right to the moneymaker here. So, okay, you got that down. That's how you find that card specifically. Once you get there, you can see here we have graded price history and we have ungraded price history. If you are new to the circus that is Pokemon, ungraded means it's just a raw card. You just pulled it from a booster pack or a box or wherever. There's no protector over it. There's no graded slab. We'll talk about in a second. You're going to be able to track the value and the price of this specific card. So you see it's fluctuating. It's kind of popped off around the March 10th area. Now it's kind of settling in a little. the huge, all right? Cards go crazy. You are going to be riding a bull to be able to understand the market. We'll do a separate video coming down the tube soon. But that is just a quick little preview of the market there. Okay, however, if you have gone through the journey of being able to, or of slabbing up your cards, so you're going to send it into, I don't know, PSA, BGS, CGC here, okay? There's different options. There's even others that are coming out these days. Whatever you want to do. If you decide to do that, you're basically saying, I think this is a high quality card. There's no dents, there's no bends, there's no scratches, whatever. We'll talk about that again. Ton of videos coming out. But if it hits a certain level of quality, the professionals that are out grading them will mark it as what, 10 or 9 or whatever, black label, CGC Pristine, whatever it actually fetches as far as the quality of it. Then it kind of gets just cased in this in the slab, and yeah, you're golden. So that kind of gives a whole different market to it. So it's basically the quality is preserved, and so although the quality is preserved, the value will fluctuate. But chances are, if you have a 10 pristine any of these, it's gonna really fetch some more money in the market here, as you can see, even up to where it's currently with a CGC Pristine is 2.2 US dollars, 2.2K. So not too bad, all right? But that's up to you. I haven't done that yet, but we can get to that eventually. So a ton of fun ready to happen. So if you got cards in your hand, you are ready to type. So what I'm going to do, we showed the card in just a couple of minutes ago. We got Alakazam. This is base set. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a brand new portfolio. Again, one of my favorite things about Collector is that I get to put it into a folder. I get to organize. I get to be able to choose where each card is going. My over rares for each one of these, over rare, Pokereg, and then even like vintage, all these different things are totally different binders that I'm putting together, okay? I love that because it kind of gives me more fluctuation, more control over my collection here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to make a whole new one here. I'm going to go into vintage. All right, this is going to be my OG cards. I haven't graded them, I haven't protected them yet because we're doing that together on this collection series journey. All right, I have this card. Boom, I'm just pressing +1 there. Now it's entering into my portfolio, which I'll show you here in a second, but let's add some more. Okay, we talked about the Zard, let's do it. I have a Charizard. You saw it. All right. It's not first edition, I wish, right? But we do have a base set, all right? So we see it here. Yep, I'm confirming that's what I got. Cool, cool, cool. Big time money right there. 459. It's down 63 cents that you see here, 0.14%. Not a big deal. Don't get stressed out with the numbers. If you're just, depending on where you're at, what your aims are, don't worry about it. It's going to go up and down, just like if you're trading stocks and stuff like that. There's going to be good days and bad days. Don't let the bad days overshadow the good days. Try to just ride it out, ride the surf, okay? So we've added that. Let's add a couple others, the ones that I know. All right, so there's a Blastoise, all right? It is from base set, this one here. It is holographic, boom, 166. We're adding that, okay? Market's dipping here as well, down $1, no biggie. But now here's the cool part. So I put all these three together. Let's go to portfolio. All right, so what we see here, this is probably just needs to be adjusted here. So I'm gonna reload that, there we go. So I was messing around earlier, that's what this is. But at the start of the video, we were at 0. I added 3 cards, boom, 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 and now we're up to a total value of 690, okay? That's 3 cards, that's actually pretty bonkers. 3 cards right there. You can see them down here in the bottom right. If you wanna see them, wanna check them out, boom, that's so far your portfolio. Again, when we take a deeper dive into Collector, we'll be looking at the website like we have here, but also the app. The app, that's actually super sick, so a little preview. In the app, because as you saw, if you just rewind just a little bit and peeped my Alakazam card, you'll see at the bottom here, it's a little whited out. There's some scratches here and there, so it's actually not like a perfect like near mint card. On the app, on the phone, you're actually able to go into a setting here and you can change the value, okay? So if it's near mint or mint, you're keeping this number here, right? So that's awesome. If it is lightly played or LP, then you'll subtract it by a specific percentage. I think it's like 10 or 15%. If it's damaged, this is the most well played, or like obstructed, or the quality's gone down the most, you're gonna basically take 60% off the card, okay? Mine's not damaged, it's just maybe moderately played based on what you saw. But that's, again, for a different video, but we'll just preview it and keep it right there for now, okay? So I bet you're pretty pumped, all right? You got some cards in hand, so I'll let you at it. You spend some time on Collector if you want to pause, and then jump back in to finish out that video, because your boy needs a full watch too. All right, but this is the Collector app. A quick overview for you, Professor Day Poke fan. Hope you enjoy. Boom, awesome. Okay, so you have learned how to organize your cards, different ways, whatever you want to do, choose your adventure, and how to value your cards, okay? There's plenty of them out there. I showed you Collector. What I want you to do, if you've had some cards in your hands this whole time, leave it in the comments. What cards did you value? What are some of your big prize winners, okay? What are some of the treasures? What I'm gonna do next video, spoiler alert, I'm choosing 10 of my cards, picking some that I think are valuable, not fully sure what the value is. We're gonna see if we can break and bust through a specific challenge with that. So make sure you hit the sub, make sure you follow, put your notifications on, because it's about to get crazy up in here. Until next time, PDP. See you later.